Hey guys, I'm going to explain the system that we're using, which is called Go High Level. We call it Chirp because we've white labeled it and we're branding it for ourselves, and we're eventually going to have it for sale for people to use. But honestly, that's months away. That's not the focus. The focus is our insurance agency here, and that's the goal, right? So I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want access to it. If I have an affiliate link, obviously I'll put that one down instead of just the regular link, but it's called Go High Level. The thing that I love about this system over the one that we had currently, which is we're kind of switching from one to the next, is that it does so much better with activities, and it does what I call a backbone. It has a permission system. So I can actually go in and have multiple people underneath me. As I add and grow, it will grow with me. The only negative, I guess I would say, to the system is actually a positive, is there's so many people updating this. I want to say they have like 2,000 IT people working on this at any given time. So they have updates constantly, which is super cool and super helpful and super useful, but it's hard for me to keep up with, right? So when I look at this, it's very difficult. This is what you would see if you went into the white label system. Clearly, there's nobody in here that's paying for it right now. We do have somebody on it, but we're not charging them until we get everything kind of hashed out. But if you go into what's called a SaaS configuration, so if you wanted to white label it, you could sell it to other people, so you can make up a cost per month. The thing about this is you're not selling per user, you're selling per account. And the account allows them to add as many users as they want. If you look at something like Agency MVP or whatever that other one is, there's like a couple of them that are geared towards insurance, right? You got Better Agency, you've got some of those other ones that do it. Agency Zoom is what I was thinking of. So those ones are great. They're geared towards insurance. You don't have to build as much, but they're not as inexpensive. So as you grow, you're going to pay upfront the $200 per month just for X amount of users, right? Where this one has no cap. The other piece to this is you're literally building something that's being constantly updated. Agency Zoom updates the pieces of it, and I follow that actually because we were thinking of going to that, and that's actually not a horrible choice to go with, but you've got to integrate the phone system separately, and there's all these things that I didn't like about it, and there's all these updates, and now that they're owned by, I forget what company bought them, they're gearing a lot more of their updates for that company. So I think it's Vertifor purchased them, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a little scary, right? How long is it before they kind of get enough people into Vertifor to where they say just Vertifor only, or 80% of all our updates are Vertifor based, which is what I'm seeing, is the majority of their updates are for Vertifor, and I'm not a Vertifor user, so there's less reason for me to be in those ones. Powerful tools, I'm not saying they're bad. Better Agency, I just didn't like their task system, and I probably worked 4 times as much to work a lead versus not, right? If you're not doing leads, then I think that system's pretty decent, at least when I used it. I used it over a year ago, so used it for several months. Anyways, so you come in here, you've got your sub accounts, you've got your marketplace, so if you need help, you can actually just purchase help. You can have somebody help you build things out, and there's different things like this. This is for someone that goes all out. The cool part is you can actually have these sidebars and these side links to where you can add your own stuff. So for us, our YouTube channel is here. If I click on that, it pops up our YouTube channel. If I want to go to our EasyLinks profile, it goes straight to our EasyLinks profile. I'll log into kind of a blank one. So I've got Agency Owners Alliance, which is kind of the link in the description below. I kind of made that one for people that want to join us. Maybe we'll create a system for you guys here that you can use. But essentially what you've got is you've got the automation, which is the biggest piece. When you come in here, you would basically add a workflow. You would either pick a template. So if you want to do appointment booking, you can do that, where you start from scratch. It's always based off a trigger. So let's say, for example, you tag something. So you want to say when this is tagged as, we'll just say we'll just say day 5, whatever we're just call that day 5, right? So if we create that tag, now that trigger has activated whenever something gets tagged day 5, it comes into this workflow. You can make it more specific to where if you don't want certain people, so you can say if the carrier is 1, which I've clearly haven't done much with this, they have to be under carrier 1 tagged as 5. So you're kind of eliminating pieces that come in or don't come into this system. When that is created, what I want to do is maybe I want to send an SMS. I want to send somebody a text message. And the cool part is I can say, hi, this is a test. I can right now test it instantly. That's super powerful. I can send it to myself, see what it looks like. What's more powerful, and I'm using these power words, right, is you can create templates. So I'm going to back out of this. We'll just cancel. And this is what I've done with our actual agency, is you can go in and you can create these marketing templates, and you can build an email or a text, and you want to say, let's connect. Right? This is the let's connect email, and the subject's going to be let's connect today. Hey, I want to quote your insurance. Click this link. You know, whatever the case is, www. Now you don't even have to do this. Here's the other part. So I can go in and I can make as many links as I want. I can create what's called a trigger link. And that trigger link, I can say that whatever it is, whenever this email goes out, I want to say their name. So if I want to say, hey, Jason, or whatever that person's first name is, hey, so-and-so, I want to connect, please click this link. And that link could be my appointment link. So maybe I want to go to the user, which is me. I'm the whoever the agent B, agent C, agent D. It doesn't matter. I'm creating it once. So I can say, click this link to connect, and that'll be my booking links because there's a calendar in here. Now after that, I can also say that I want to do my email signature, right? So now I've got a signature, says, hey customer, I want to quote your insurance, click this link to set up an appointment, and there's my bookings link. So I can save that as a template. Now what I can do is I can go back to my automation, I can go to this workflow, and I can make that email that template. So right here is that Let's Connect template. The thing that I absolutely love about this is if I change my mind or if I've misspelled something, unlike our old system, we had individual profiles that didn't have that backbone. It didn't have that permission system. I had to literally go into every account and every piece and change those parts. And if I broke the link on something, I had to change the link every time. But because this is a template, I can just change the template and everybody's changes. That's one of the things I love about this. I can say, who is this from? So I'm going to say this is from the user. I'm going to put my full name. This is the email. I want to do, I don't want the contact. I want my user email to be from. So it's going to say from Mark Flockhart, blah, 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 at mark.com or whatever the case is. And then I can change the title if I want. So once I'm done, I can send myself that test email or I can save that. So that's day 1. Day 1 has passed. I want to wait 10 minutes. Whew, excuse me. I want to wait 1 minute. I like to be a little bit more descriptive, so we'll say wait 1 minute. Let me see, I typed in the wrong thing. So I want to do wait. I'm going to pick wait, and I'm going to say 1 minute. So now that I go in there, I'm going to time delay it by 1 minute. I can do days, months, hours, all of that stuff. But I specifically want it to wait 1 minute, and I want them to call it 9 a.m. or whatever the case is, right? I don't want to do that in this case. I'm going to wait 1 minute. Oop, I forgot. Messed that up. Don't click cancel. So we're going to wait 1 minute. Put that there. And then what I want to do is I want to create a task. So now whoever the agent is call new lead. And then I can put my script, right? Or I can say the person's name. I can say that person needs a phone call. And I could do that up here. What I did actually with ours is I hit space 5 times just to kind of give you our cheat. And I put their phone number in this, so contact, and I put their phone number there. So now their phone number shows up in the task. We use Vonage. So now we can click to call from Vonage and not have to use the phone system here. We still use the phone system here though. I'll show you why. So whoever's assigned to that contact, you can make it a specific person. If I had more people in here, I'd have them in this list. But this is whoever's assigned to the contact, and I want it to be due now. So that action when a lead comes in, and they're tagged whatever trigger I've set up, whether it's an inbound webhook, it's an affiliate link, which you'll love in a second, whether it's a form submitted, because I can create my own forms in here. I can now automate the process, send an email right away, send a text message right away, go ahead and set a task for me to call them. The coolest part about this is I can do what's called if-else statements. So let's say they're interested. Okay, and let's just say the contact details. I actually created a drop-down which isn't in here. We'll just call it carrier for now, where if it is whatever disposition I called it, so it's interested, not interested. I did a pause and unpause so I can pause the automation. And I said, like, do not call, bad information. So like it can go down these different paths. So if I had that, let's just say this was bad information, bad data. So it's a bad lead. We'll say bad data, bad lead, whatever. And the name of it was, we go under the contact details, and you made your own little custom field that said it was bad. We'll just say number 2 equals bad in this case. So now they can go down different paths. So you could say if they reply to the text, then go down this road. If they don't reply to the text and 3 minutes has passed, send them an email. If they do click on the link in the email, then go down this road. And if they don't click on the link in the email, go this way. You can see how it gets very large and very helpful. This is our plan, is to build this out over the next probably year and a half to where we have all these like web ways to go. Well, Mark, what happens if I want to change it and let's say the path doesn't work anymore? Well, here's another cool piece. I can move it. So if I want to move this action up here, now I can do that. And I want to move this action along with, or I just want to copy it, but I want to copy not just the one action, I want to copy everything down. I can put it there. So there's all of these, like, if you can think of it, it will likely do it. That's the part I love about this. I'll save this and we're not going to publish it, but we can test it. Now we can plug in some data. It'll put a lead in here. It'll say, are they interested? It'll pause here, and then you push them to the next. There's all these pieces. That's part of it. That's probably the most powerful piece of this. The other parts is if you go to sites and marketing, I'll go to marketing first, but the sites you'll see is not just can I make templates. Okay, the only thing I don't love about the templates is I can't put them in folders. There's just a list of them. It's not that big of a deal. If I want to be professional, like I actually don't want to be professional. I want to be seen as the local guy that's typing things by hand but looks nice. I'm neat, I'm clean, I'm very effective. But if I want to be professional, I can do an email template and I can build a very professional template. So let me show you. We'll just say create new, and we want to do the design editor. We click on that. It's going to pop up and show me the templates. So now I can actually do from scratch. I can build in, let's just say it looks like this. We want to have like 2 fields like this, and I can drag and move them if I want. And I want to have social links in here. We'll put them right here. So now I've got my social links, and I can choose all the links that are done. There's all of these parts that I can do. I can design an email in a fashion that I wanted to do. Let's just put this. We'll put this guy down here. We'll do that. We're going to put an image right here. And that image, we're just going to grab a random image. We'll just type in insurance. So I'm going to kind of steal images from an online source. So copy the link to this. Hopefully I'm not losing everybody here, but let's just say the image is from here. So now, probably got to go to the actual source first. Copy image address. There we go. Okay, so now I've got like kind of the start of my own. Let's say I don't want to do that, and that's too much. I'm just not inclined or very self-sufficient with like creative. I'm not creative in this sense. So you can actually create a new one, and we want to do it from, let's say, from an existing campaign. Let's do an email marketing template. So now I can go in here and I can use my own. For us, we're insurance, or if you're doing mortgages or whatever you want to do, I can take this style of a template and I can build off of it. I can put my own name in here. I can use ChatGPT to tell me what to write. It just makes it simple. That's one of the things that I love about this system is we're not even close. We're not even going to be close to using these email templates probably for a year. Eventually, we'll do some more professional stuff that is more like paid advertising and stuff like that. So there's that. The trigger links is what I just talked about. So if I'm going to do a link to somebody, I might as well make what's called a trigger link. And what a trigger link is, let's just call this YouTube, right? So https:// www.youtube.com/@Mark W. Flockhart. Boom, there's my YouTube link. Right, so I've added that link. If I wanted to go to it, I can click on it and it'll go right to my channel. Assuming the @ symbol works. Yep, it does. Okay, so that link, I can go back to that automation. I can enter that into, actually, I'm sorry, I did that in the template. So in this case, I would go back to marketing. I would go back to my template. I would edit this template, and then I can say where this is, instead of that link, I can say, or check out my latest video on your tip on how to save money with car insurance. I'll put that link there and save. So why would I do that? Why would I create a target link, or a trigger link as we call it? Because if I ever change that link, if you've ever done a lot of like social stuff, I do a ton of social. And if you do that, one of the problems I run into is I constantly change the link. Sure, I could do .btly, bit.ly, I think they call it. And I can pay $5 or $10 a month to switch the links around. But why? I've already got a system here that does the automation, does the drips, does all of the speed that I want to go at, and it's very efficient, right? It actually works really well. So in this case, I can change that link at any point in time. If I don't want it to be YouTube, now I can change the video. If it's a year later and I think the video's old, I can come here once a year and update all the links to the newest 2024 link. And I never have to change each individual piece, as what was pulling my hair out with my old system. That's that. So you can create campaigns. There's the social planner, which this will show some fake data. What this is actually a marketing tool. So you can connect Facebook, you can connect Instagram, you can connect Google My Business, which is whatever they call it today. You can connect LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. Now you can actually run ads in here on those systems. There's a couple of things that you can add to the system, which I think companies charge like $70 or $80 a month or something, where you literally click 3 buttons and it puts out the ad for you. It's that simple, right? We're going to be testing that, and maybe I'll make some videos on that. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below. Cool part is the reporting now tells you that data. So when I am running those ads, when I'm talking to those people, how many impressions am I getting? How many clicks am I getting? How many conversions am I getting? How much have I spent on ads? What's my average cost per click? My average cost per conversion? You literally have all of the things you would want at your fingertips for one system. If I want to, that's Google, right? Facebook. We got the attribution. We've got agent reporting, which is actually even more cool. So we're not doing any of that stuff yet. We're not that far ahead. You guys are at the ground level with me. I'm 3 months into building this out and getting everything automated the way that we did in our old system. So it's pretty much at test phase to where we've got probably 3,000 leads in there, and we're kind of working those right now. The agent reporting, and the reason we use the phone system in here, it's actually cheaper than Twilio. If you're not familiar with Twilio, it's just a phone system. You pay per minute or something like that. In our system, we actually don't charge extra. I think it forces you to have like a 10% attribution. So if it's like in case the price goes up. So in our system, we actually have it at 0. You could resell it to people and charge them 2 times. So where it would be a penny per minute, you could charge them 2 pennies per minute and actually make the money on people based on the usage of it, We don't care about that. We're more focused on our insurance agency going forward than we are people using this. This is cool because now once I start integrating the phone system, so if I were to go to my phone numbers and plug in a phone system, I can do two different things. The lead connector, which is, you can use Twilio still. It's more expensive, so why would you? Because the lead connector is technically through Twilio, but it's their contract because they have X thousands of people using this. It's cheaper for them, right? So they just pass that on to you. So we use their lead connect, but you can do a number pool, a phone number, or verified. So the phone number is just a phone number. I attach this number to this agent, and you can move it around. The phone pool is, I want just a pool of numbers out there where they call in. I don't care what agent answers, it goes to an agent. It's kind of like a round robin, or anyone grabs it. You can check your usage summary. I'm not going to go over all that stuff. Anyways, going back to that. So you've got the phone system. If they're using the phone in here, now I can track the number of dials they're making, the number of calls that were answered, the number of calls that were missed, how efficient, what's my average talk time, all of those things that I would want to track as an agency owner based on the user. I can look at all the users. I can look at some of the users. I can do a comparison and say, well, what did they do last week or the last 30 days compared to this 30 days? So we'll go compared to this week, right? And what it'll do is it'll throw the two comparisons to say they did this week and this last week. It is so cool that you can do things like this with this type of system. Now, is it the iPhone eye-catching images and stuff? No. You can remove a lot of this stuff. So for me, what I've done for my agents is I've made it as simple as possible. We'll go into our staff, which there's nobody here, but let's just add a fake employee, right? So we'll just call this Mark 2, Flockhart. We'll just put the second. Email is just at looking.com. We'll just make it up. Okay, phone number 111-1111. We actually put our Vonage number in here, so then when people call us, it actually forwards and calls our Vonage. We'll say 616-616-6166. Okay, great. Password, PASSWORD. I wonder if it'll let me do that one. Exclamation point. Nope. 2 exclamation points. Whatever. Okay. All right, so we got our password. Actually, I'm going to forget that. Just put a common one in there. I can do email signatures going outbound. I can connect it to Office. I can connect to Calendar. So if I have a booking request, there's different calendars that I can connect. So every time the automation goes out, instead of me sending them the link, I can just put in there that pull link automatically. So it just does it for me. I don't think twice. User permission. Now here's where it's cool. If you look on this left side dashboard, I can get rid of all of this. So for us, I don't want my agents touching tags. I want to be in control of tags. I don't want them touching the marketing because they're not doing their own until we've trained them. I don't want them doing AdWords reporting. I do want them to do their call reporting and agent reporting. I don't want them to have the social planner because it kind of ties into the ads and all that. Workflows, I don't want them touching those. I've got my secret sauce that I want to run. Me and my partner have our secret sauce. I don't want to say just me. I want to pretend like I'm the magic guy, right? I don't want them doing the content AI because there is Chat GPT that's plugged into this that you can have it start to, you can say, write this and it'll do that. It can help you do blogs. I don't want them doing any of this stuff. So honestly, the only thing I do want them to have the lead value. I only want them to see their assigned data. So they can't see my calls and my leads and the next guy's leads. I don't want them in memberships. I don't want them in reviews. I do want them to have conversations. I don't want them touching my funnels. I don't want them doing any bulk requests, which is mass emails. I don't want them to have the dashboard stats. And I don't want them to have campaigns or triggers. I do want them to have opportunities, contacts, and I will give them access to settings. There's nothing for them to change in settings, so we'll turn that off. Okay, so these are what we've got. We made this person a user, and we can set up our voicemail. We can do all that stuff, but let me save this guy. Okay, so let's switch over to this person. What is this, Mark Flockhart the second? Mark Flockhart the second. So you'll notice on this left sidebar, we'll go back here. Now that I'm logged in as this user, all of this almost obtrusive stuff is gone. I don't have to see it anymore as an agent. And actually what we've done is people that are signing up, we're making an admin already and then making them the non-admin so that they can remove all the stuff they don't want to see. The admin unfortunately has to see it all because they're the admin, right? So you make an admin and then you make a sub account. So now all my agent can see is the dashboard, their conversations with people, so text that they have going on back and forth. They can see their calendar. They can see the contacts, so people that are in the system, they can do their own little searches. Notice how they can't delete people out of here. They can't do any tags. So they're kind of like stuck as far as like they can work and they can focus. The opportunities is that Kanban. So like, let's just add a guy in here. So we'll just say test lead. We don't need anything. We don't need any data, but the opportunity name is let's go. Okay, so you'll have had to set this up, but so this is the lead that I just created. You'll notice that they're in contacts. Phone call comes in, it creates the lead, right? It's not assigned to anyone yet because it hasn't actually been created. I can move it from one source to the other, and because I've done this, I can automate this process. So if I put them in booking request, I can now create an automation that goes to if tagged booking request. So I'll create an automation that says if moved to this opportunity in the pipeline, then create a tagged booking request. If created a tagged booking request, then I want you to send the link for a booking, right? In this case, I probably wouldn't do it unless I've actually come in here and I don't have a calendar. So I would go in here and I would book or update an appointment and create a task here if I want, or notes on the customer, all of that stuff. So I don't actually have to leave this page. But if I did that and I created the request, I can say that if I mark that booking or if I mark that calendar as missed, so they didn't, I called them, they didn't show up. I'm in this lead here, so I'll go straight to their information. I'm in this appointment. I don't have a calendar, so it probably won't show up. Let's say I made this appointment, if it will let me. Yeah, I don't have anything in here. So let's pretend I did, but then what I do is I go in here and I can mark that as it would have a missed appointment. And then I can automate that. All I had to do was mark it as missed and move on to the next lead. Because in my automation, what it's doing is it's going to go back to this opportunity and move them over to what I call the missed appointment. And that's going to send them a text that says, hey, we missed your appointment. Don't worry, we can do another time. And it'll send them that calendar link that will allow them to re-up and reconnect with me. If after 3 days or a day or whatever the case they don't do anything, send them an email. If after 2 days, then I want you to move them to lost. And maybe losses for the next 3 years, once a month, I send them an email with valuable information and hope that they come back to me. Every 6 months, I'll follow up with them. This is what we're talking about when we say automation, right? You can automate people. That's one thing. That's fine. Like put people in processes in place where they can run everything for you, the things that you are overwhelmed with or doing too much of. But this is technology automation at its finest. I really enjoy this software, this system, to where I can do this. So if I move back to this account here, I'm not even scratching the surface as far as what this can do and all of the pieces that get involved with this. I do want to show you one last thing, actually. So sites and reputation. Reputation everybody has. You can activate it and you can have people review you. If they give you a good review and it's above a 4-star, it'll send them to Google. And they'll fill out the Google review right then and there praising you. If it's less than a 4-star, let's say a 3-star, and they don't like your service as well, it goes to you and not to Google for them to fill out the review. So that's kind of like a cool reputation thing. The same thing that we did for templates and emails, you can also do for websites. So if you want to pay, I think it's $15 a month, which is what the cost of less than the cost of a website, they allow you to build your own funnels. So I can create my own marketing funnel. Let me see if I can just go to this one. Just copy this. Here, copy link. So this is kind of like a sample funnel. All I did was click on it, and I said create funnel. I did that a while back, but copy. Oh, that's actually copying it so I could share it to you as a person. If I go to this funnel, I believe I have to go back here and click on. Go to funnel, publishing. Clearly I'm blind. Stats, you can see the stats of the funnel, views, unique views, all that stuff, sales if you have products, which in our world we don't, but I think it's under publishing. I don't know, maybe I haven't set this up. But you can create your own funnels with those same templates. And you're probably like, oh, what kind of templates they got? Dude, they got templates. Upon templates, upon templates, upon templates, which is really cool. They're not like, they don't have everything. But if I wanted to, let's just say insurance for us. So there's a handful more. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So it's probably 30 plus templates for insurance agents. I'm a little bit new age, so this one actually speaks out to me a little bit more. So I would create something around that. I might put a video here. So let's say I wanted to edit this one. Okay, I'm just going to continue. I agree that it's a template, that they're not responsible. So now that once that loads, sometimes I think with the templates you have to refresh them. Okay, so they've loaded that template. That's for life insurance. I'm going to switch it to home, so I'm going to actually go here and edit this. Let me click on it here. And I'm going to put my own words in here. So I might use ChatGPT to say the what they call the hero title, right? Don't let insurance get in the way to protect your family. Clearly, I'm not a writer, right? Okay, and then whatever the stuff is, right? And then I can change that. I don't like the way this looks, so maybe I want to move this around. I can maybe copy it and put it somewhere else. Maybe I want it to be a little bit bigger or smaller. So I kind of play with that and just pick and choose. Build the lifestyle you want, but protect it as well. Alright, so I did that. I can make this header bigger. I can change the colors. Maybe I want to have it purple. And then I don't know if I move on the right spot. Bold text. So here's the color. We want this purple or even yellow. Link text, italic. Okay. Well, you get the picture. You can kind of play with it and choose it and move it around, and you really get to do whatever you want to do with it. So maybe I want this over here instead, and I want to delete this one, right? So get this out of the way. Or maybe I don't like the whole thing. I just get rid of that. Maybe I just put a video in here. I can add in it, and then I can just preview it when I'm done. All right, so here's what it looks like. Contact us. I click that. It goes down to here for the form fill, and these are where you create your own forms. You can get their information. Guess what happens when you create your own form? It goes directly into your CRM software to where automation instantly starts without you being involved. You've already created the patterns once so that when a new lead comes in from this form, so let's say I created a form. I think they're over here. Pretty sure they're in here. Actually, it's under sites. So I can go and create a form and whatever I want to ask, right? First name, full name, email. I want to get their state, whatever that case is, right? We'll save that form. So now this is called Form 1. And I can go to my automation. I can say anything that comes in from Form 1. Okay, form is submitted. Okay, what is the form? Form is form 1, submit. Boom. Now, any lead that comes in from form 1 gets an email. Then, if they're interested, waits a minute, and then I call them. Or if they're not interested, in this case, I call them anyways. So whatever the case is, I save that, and you're good. Once you activate that, you're up and running, quick and easy. It will take time to build. There's a lot of pieces to it. I'm kind of ranting. There's just so much I wanted to show you. There was one last thing I wanted to show you on top of it, which I'm sure you guys are geeked about, is called affiliates. This is something we're just now playing with, and I'm actually geeking out over it. I can create an affiliate. So what I can do is I have to create a Stripe account first or attach it. I can now track people that refer business to me. So if I want to pay you to market my agency, and I will tell you, I will give you $5 per lead that you give me. I can now give you your own affiliate link, just like the pros do. It's blah, 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 insure.com / affiliate code 259 ? Whatever their special code is. That's your link. I can set the cookie length. What a cookie length is how long that affiliate stays good before it doesn't become, I won't pay you for it. If it's past 30 days, that's usually the common one. It's only good for 10 days. It's only good for 15 days. It's only good for 30 days. So if they come to that website 90 days later and they fill out the form, whether you sent them to me or not, I don't have proof because that cookie has died off. I'll do 30 days probably. But you can go 90 days, 120. So it allows you to change that without having to do anything. You just click and drag the little bar over to how many days you want, and you can do a whole year, whatever the case is. So that affiliate cookie stays valid for whatever time frame you want. So now I can give out these cards to a kid in the parking lot, and I can say, go flyer the area. I'll give you $1 every time someone does a quote. And now you're able to track that, and actually through Stripe, you can create these products to pay them, or you can just do it yourself. You can track it, analyze it. On top of, I can also create companies. So we can add a new company and say test company. And you'll notice that I can fill these out, and these could be COIs as well, but I think I'm going to do the affiliates for COIs. But if you're doing construction or you're doing any type of company, let's say you're writing policies for people in a company. So I can go to the company, and in that company, I can have contacts. So I can just go to company A, and it will give me a list of all of the people that I'm working with, sold or quoted inside of that company. This is just for the marketing piece. You can do all this with service and sales and all of that. Yes, you have to build a lot of it, and I'm spending an hour just showing it to you. There is a lot of stuff to create. There are templates that you can automatically take in when you build this. So if you want a template to go off of, sure. I'm more the guy that likes to go from scratch no matter what system it is, and honestly just build it on my route in my time. So we're going to, over the next year, build this piece out to where it's going to be a powerful tool with our little secret sauces that we've created and learned and designed. We're going to be able to track where we're competitive, and track where to market, and track where to advertise, and do all of those parts. Now, what we're also going to do is we're going to take this data and export it into our Airtable, and now we can run reports through our Airtable to know who fell off on day 5, who fell off on day 12, what's the hiccup that we're seeing, where are most of our customers coming from? Are they day 2? Are they day 8? Are they 6 months later? Do we even want to send them an email 6 months later? Nobody's responding, so what's the point, right? So we can actually hone that over the next probably 3 to 5 years and determine once a year, maybe we'll look at it, once a quarter, maybe we'll look at it, and we can find exactly how we are going to be successful in this data age. That's not even with the updates. Oh my gosh, there's so many updates. I hope this was helpful. Go HighLevel is the name of it. I'll put a link in the description below. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, your likes, your hates, anything you want to see about it. I'm excited to kind of just share some of the stuff that we're doing. I don't want to go into our agency because it's got a couple thousand customers' data inside of there, and we've got all of these paths that we've already created. And I don't know if my partner wants me sharing that yet. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I'm happy to talk about it and explain it and just go over it with people. But clearly, there's some involvement that we have to create. I got a feeling that once we have people come on board with us, we'll be able to share our what we call a snapshot of the thing, so that you can kind of take what we're doing and almost duplicate it for yourself. I'm Mark W. Flockhart. I'll see you soon.